Hello everyone, my name is Meredith and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here today. This video is going to be an energy reading for the full moon that will be in Aries on October 13th and 14th, 2019. So this is a full moon in Aries. So with this I've already been feeling that it's definitely a time for initiation, going after new projects, becoming passionate and driven around our work, because that's a lot of what the Aries energy embodies. Aries is very passionate, very determined, sometimes can be aggressive, stubborn, maybe a little hard-headed. I mean, it is the ram and it's fire cardinal energy. So it definitely will be interesting to see what the reading says. And I already did do a reading for the week leading up to this full moon. So if you're interested in watching that, I will link it down below. And it will be interesting to see what from the week comes up and how the full moon may tie into what will be building up for us throughout this week. So yeah, let's get into the reading. I'm definitely excited for this reading. So we have Liberation, Kali. I mean, that's just, wow. Island Solitude. Okay. This reminds me of the Sanctuary card that we got for the week. The Mirror. Know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. Wow. Wow, you guys. All the themes that I did talk about in the weekly reading is coming up for this full moon, of course. And we have water flight, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. That is just too cool, you guys. Wow. Okay. So there definitely is a release of energy I'm already feeling when this full moon comes upon us. It's like it's a very intuitive healing energy. And again, water, I mean, there's water flight, the mirror. I mean, you can see water in both of these cards. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I feel like, especially for water signs, this full moon and the week leading up to it is going to be very powerful and transformational and healing. But of course, for everyone, it will be. All depending on what energy you tap into. We always have a choice of what we want to receive or don't receive. So we have Island, Solitude. And I feel like this kind of encapsulates what these other cards are saying in a way, especially with the Mirror. Know thyself, self-examination. This is definitely saying to take a step back and take some time out during this full moon. Definitely take some time for yourself, especially if you're an empath or an intuitively sensitive person. Probably don't be around too many people. Don't be around any hectic scenarios or situations or where there's a lot of action going on. Definitely just spend some time alone. Focus within. Meditate. Maybe just kick it back at home, relax. Do some self-care. And I'm feeling like there will definitely be some knowledge revealed about yourself. I feel like there's definitely a stillness. I mean, there's a stillness to the card. If you see the waters, they just look very still. But I just feel with this full moon, we're being called to find the stillness within. And therefore, know thyself, self-examination. Find the stillness within yourself. So then you can see the true self, your true self reflected in that mirror. Because your soul is the mirror of your true self. And that's what Spirit is saying you want to focus on. You want to kind of try to tune within to find that within yourself, to find your true self, to have that healing, because that's definitely very healing energy when we're able to tap into our higher self, our true selves. Yeah, and we have water flight, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. So it definitely feels like, oh my gosh, yeah. Liberation. I know it came up with this card, you guys, but I literally just had the word liberation come into my mind. And this will be a liberating time. There will be some old traumas or some old burdens lifted. This card's literally saying you will have old burdens lifted away from your shoulders. And you will be liberated if you just focus on yourself. And with Aries energy, we can be tempted to get swept away in the mind, because Aries also represents the mind, and we can be tempted to get wrapped up in to-do lists and being overwhelmed by tasks. And being motivated and determined is a great thing, but we don't want too much of that energy, because then we forget the stillness within. And that's what this is all about. It's about finding that stillness within and that grounded center, that the you underneath your ego and that facade. And I feel like if you tap into your true self, if you tap into this energy, just specifically water energy, because water is very healing, it's very intuitive, it's very psychic. It'll be a very healing time for you, and a lot of old, whatever's been weighing you down, old beliefs, old thought patterns, old habits, old trauma that's been in your subconscious, that's been on your heart, is going to be liberated. It's going to be released. And Kali in many ways represents death. And when I mean death, I mean the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a cycle. That's really all death is. It's the ending of one cycle, but the beginning of the next. The sun always rises again, as we see in the death card of the tarot. We'll see what we get to when we pull cards. Definitely be interested to see how the tarot explains these cards more, but that's just what I'm getting right now, is Kali represents death, and this is all about letting parts of ourselves that don't serve us, that are not high vibrational, we're letting those parts of ourselves go, and we're focusing on the positive, we're focusing on the liberation, we're focusing on this rebirth. That's what death is. It's rebirth and this rejuvenation of finding our true selves, finding the us within and letting that heal us, letting our own energy and this fresh, again, I'm feeling freshness, that fresh water energy. And this is something I did pick up in the weekly reading if you're interested, but this is quite more intense because this is the full moon. So the full moon's going to heighten anything, any themes, anything that we've been ruminating in. The full moon is going to heighten that and bring it to a close, but also start a new cycle as well, because full moons, they're not only the ending of a cycle, but they are the rebirth into a new cycle. So rebirth and death, I'm feeling, especially with Kali, is a theme as well. Alright, so let's get into the tarot, you guys. I've already shuffled these, and I'm definitely interested to see what comes up. This is already quite profound and pretty beautiful. This is definitely an immaculate time to heal and find the blessings within yourself that you already possess, finding the beauty within. Alright, so let's get into the tarot. What do we need to know for October 13th and 14th? Full moon in Aries. Ooh. Oh wow, okay. Queen of Cups, Eight of Swords, which we did have in the weekly reading as well, so that I understand why that's kind of coming up here. Let's see what else. Don't want too many cards here. Ooh. Spirit. What do we need to know? 13th and 14th. Full moon in Aries, 2019. Alright. Temperance. Wow. Okay, wow. Ooh. Spirit wants... Geez. Spirit has a lot of messages for us. If I had all the time, I would do it, but... Ooh. Spirit... Alright. The Hierophant. And Three of Pentacles. Okay. Alrighty. Wow, so there's a lot to get into here. I will first touch upon the Eight of Swords. This is definitely a real energy again of how I was touching upon the Aries energy earlier. This is definitely a real reality of that cardinal, very action-oriented fire energy, and this is the Eight of Swords, so it's representing our thoughts. So during this full moon, you know, try not to get swept away by thinking, try not to get stuck in your own mind. She's blindfolded, she can't see her surroundings, she can't take in the information around her. Try not to become blinded by fear or by worry or anxiety or overthinking. And this card came up in the weekly reading, so I feel like this is a theme for the week overall that's going to come into the full moon to be released, because it's important that we let this go and don't let it take hold of us, because this is what could possibly keep us from gaining the beautiful healing, gaining all this amazing insight and intuitive energy. So just be aware of your thoughts. Try not to get swept away by to-do lists, or I need to do this, I need to do that, or worrying that you're not enough, or that you haven't been taking enough initiative in your life, that you haven't been doing enough new projects, that you've been lazy. Anything like that. Anything with overthinking, being hard on yourself, anxiety, depression. Try not to let that sweep you up too much, because that is what will block you from all this beautiful healing energy that we have here. I mean, you guys. So we do have the Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, as I kind of touched on earlier. I mean, this is straight up water energy. The Queen of Cups has a full cup, and she knows what it is that she needs emotionally to fill her cup. So this full moon, definitely focus on your emotions, self-care. Make sure that your own cup is full before you give or try to give anything else to anything to anyone else. This is definitely a full moon to kind of be a little bit in hermit mode and focus on yourself. That's kind of the Queen of Cups is saying. Bask in your own energy. Listen within and understand what you need emotionally in your life. What you need emotionally from people. I'm feeling that's coming up too with connecting with yourself with the mirror card. I feel like it's about listening within and understanding what it is you deserve in relationships, in your life, and not being afraid to ask for that, because the Queen of Cups knows what she needs emotionally. She knows how to fill her own cup. And this is just, I'm asking, do you know how to fill your own cup? Do you understand what you need emotionally to be fulfilled? Do you understand what you need from a partner, what you need from your family members, what you need at work? Do you understand what will emotionally make you feel fulfilled? That's what she's asking, and that's something she's challenging you to figure out as you look within. Wow, okay, it's so beautiful. It really is. So we also have the Hierophant. This is a card of the public speaker. Someone who's not afraid to state their mind or speak their truth. Speaking your truth this full moon will be important. If there's any situation you find yourself in where you feel like maybe you're being attacked or you're not being listened to properly, the Hierophant is definitely saying speak your truth. And this represents Taurus as well. So if you're a Taurus, this may apply to you pretty deeply as well. I'm just getting, again, focus on yourself, and if anyone gives you a hard time or any flack, for maybe it's with you being indoors and maybe you had plans, but to take care of yourself, you canceled those plans and somebody's upset and they're like, oh, why did you cancel plans with me? Why did you do that? This is just saying speak your truth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth and acknowledge your truth. And this ties in with the Queen of Cups as well. Not only knowing what we need emotionally, but not being afraid to speak up and be like, hey, this is what I need. Hey, don't treat me this way. I don't appreciate that. Hey, of course in a loving, positive way, unless if we need to kind of get a little curt with somebody, but yeah, the Hierophant is definitely saying, I feel like these two kind of go hand in hand a little bit, but the Hierophant is saying that maybe your beliefs might be challenged by somebody, and that's okay. Just stand your ground, speak your truth, and with loving and kind gentleness. That's kind of what I'm getting. Definitely interesting. We have Temperance as well. So, I mean, we have two major arcana here. And Temperance is all about connecting to the spirit realm, connecting to your guides, connecting to angels, connecting to your intuition. And again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy is strongly tied to intuition. And we see water here. I'm just getting water energy again. Strongly tied to intuition and inner knowing. So you may be getting a lot of downloads this full moon. You may be getting a lot of messages from your spirit guides, a lot of knowledge. And they just want you to take that and integrate it into your life. And I'm feeling like when you go within and spend time by yourself, you'll be able to receive this guidance and knowledge from your guides. And I feel like that's another reason maybe why. Maybe your guides are asking you to spend time in solitude because they want you to get the messages that they want to send you. They want you to receive what they have to say to you. They don't want you to miss out or be distracted so that they can accurately portray what it is they want to say to you. And we do have the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is about creation. It's about creation, sustainability. And this is just saying that, I feel like this is tied to the Hierophant as well. You may be in a group project or a group setting during this full moon. If you don't spend time for yourself, you may be around people. I feel like that's why it's important, you guys, to go within solitude, because I feel like with Aries, it's such active energy that you're going to want to naturally be around people, that you're going to naturally want to gravitate to other people. But I mean, Three Pentacles is about materialism, so maybe you'll be working. I mean, you can't control if you have to work, you know, you can't control. So maybe you'll be working on the full moon, and the Hierophant is just telling you to speak your truth about what it is that you want materially as well. Don't be afraid to ask maybe for something if you need it, from a family member, from a friend, of course with best intentions at heart. But yeah, there's definitely a building energy within your finances, and I think the Hierophant is saying don't be afraid to speak up about material issues or material items, something to do with finances. Just if this message resonates and applies to you, you'll probably know what it's saying. The Hierophant just wants you to know to speak up and ask for finances if you need it, and don't be afraid to speak up in a group setting. Don't be afraid to have the spotlight on you. Just be strong and steady like the Taurus. Stand your ground, speak your ground. So that's what I'm getting for that. And wow, you guys, this is just profound, beautiful water energy I'm feeling. It is an Aries full moon. It's in the sign of fire, but I'm feeling like within, you're being called to tap into water energy, psychic and intuitive energy. And it's just, I really, really love this reading. This is a pretty profound, and I think that is all that I have for you guys. So if you enjoyed the reading, please let me know. Any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, leave it below. As long as you keep it constructive and respectful, I love to hear all sorts of feedback. And always keep in mind, if this message doesn't resonate, or if a reader doesn't resonate, don't overthink it. Just move on and focus on what does resonate for you. And always remember that you are the one that has the choices. You are the one that you are the only one who can make the choices in your life. No one else can make the choices for you. And don't ever compromise your own intuition for a reading or a reader. Alright, thank you very much, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Take care wherever you are. Bye.